I stayed loyal to my company for 7 years, and I found out they were paying the new hire more than me. I gave that company 7 years of my life. 7 years of early mornings, late nights, skipped lunches, canceled plans, and answering emails I absolutely did not need to answer after 8 p.m. I was there when the team was small enough to fit around one conference table. I was there when we lost our biggest client and everyone thought we were done. I was there when leadership changed, when systems changed, when people quit, when deadlines got uglier and expectations got heavier. And through all of it, I stayed. Not because the job was perfect. It wasn't. Not because they paid amazingly. They didn't. But because I believe something a lot of loyal employees believe for way too long. That if you keep showing up, keep performing, keep being dependable, eventually someone notices. Eventually loyalty gets rewarded. Eventually your time matters. That belief cost me 7 years. By the time all this happened, I was one of the most experienced people left on my team. I knew every process, every client preference, every system workaround, every hidden fire that had to be managed before it became visible to leadership. If something broke, I fixed it. If someone quit, I absorbed the workload. If a new hire came in, I trained them. Not because I was officially supposed to, but because that's what always happened. Reliable people don't get protected. They get used. And for a long time, I confused being needed with being valued. Then we hired Chloe. She was smart, friendly, and fresh out of another company in the same industry. Management was excited about her. She's going to be a great addition, my manager said during our team intro, and honestly, I liked her immediately. She asked good questions, took notes, and didn't pretend to know things she didn't. She was the kind of person you actually wanted to help succeed. So I did what I always did. I trained her. I walked her through the systems, explained the client accounts, showed her the reporting shortcuts nobody documented, taught her which problems actually mattered and which ones were just noise. She learned fast, really fast, and within a few weeks she was doing well. The kind of well that makes management feel smart for hiring someone. I was genuinely happy for her. At least I was, until the day everything changed. It happened by accident, the way the worst workplace truths usually do. It was a Thursday afternoon, and Chloe had asked me for help with an expense reimbursement form. She was trying to upload some onboarding documents, but kept getting an error. I walked over to her desk, leaned in, and started clicking through the HR portal with her. It's probably under profile settings, I said. She nodded and scooted back so I could use the mouse. And then it happened. One wrong click. A page opened that neither of us expected to see. It wasn't reimbursements. It was compensation. Her compensation. For half a second, neither of us moved. Then my eyes landed on the number, and my brain just stopped. Because it was higher than mine. More than I was making after 7 years. She saw my face immediately. Oh my god, she said quietly. I'm so sorry. I stepped back. No, it's okay, I said automatically. But it wasn't okay. I wasn't angry at Chloe. She didn't do anything wrong. She negotiated. She accepted an offer. She got what the company was willing to pay. Good for her. The problem wasn't her salary. The problem was mine. Because suddenly, 7 years of "we value you" sounded like a joke. That night, I pulled every performance review I'd ever saved. Every thank you email, every project result, every time I had gone beyond my role. The next morning, I scheduled a meeting with my manager. I didn't mention Chloe. I just walked in with facts. I want to talk about my compensation, I said. I laid everything out. 7 years. Expanded responsibilities, training duties, performance consistency. And to his credit, he listened. But then came the sentence every underpaid loyal employee eventually hears. We really value everything you do here, but budgets are tight right now. Of course they were. So I asked the question I should have asked years earlier. If I quit today and reapplied next week, would you have to pay more to replace me? He didn't answer immediately. And that silence? That was the real answer. So I updated my resume that night. 5 weeks later, I had an offer from a competitor. Better title, better benefits, and a salary that was 32% higher than what I'd been making. When I handed in my resignation, my manager looked genuinely shocked. Then came the counteroffer. The sudden recognition. We don't want to lose you. That almost made me laugh. Because they hadn't been afraid of losing me when I was staying quietly underpaid. So I left. And 2 months later, Chloe texted me. After you left, 3 other people asked for raises. Good. Because underpaying one loyal person doesn't just cost a company one employee. It teaches everyone else to stop being loyal too.